Hey everyone, welcome to the Autism Grown Up channel. I'm Dr. Tara Regan and I'm also the Executive Director here at Autism Grown Up. This is our video series showing all the resources we've created, as well as going through other resources that others have created when it comes to growing up and navigating adulthood. Today I want to share with you all our resource library. I'm going to give you all a virtual tour in just a second, but I just want to say that I'm very grateful to have you all here checking out this video. And for those of you who don't know Autism Grown Up, we are a nonprofit organization that works primarily online, serving individuals on the autism spectrum as they grow up and navigate adulthood. And we also work with members of the autism community, from parents, families, professionals, and other stakeholders along the way. So that's pretty much it about us. Let's cut to the virtual tour. Alright, so I am here on our website, autismgrownup.com. This is our homepage. I'm going to go up to our resource center here, and then you will see the library. And this is where our virtual tour officially starts of the resource library. So we have this broken up into our free resources here, as well as our paid resources down below. The main things I do want to go over today are our free resources. I'll just briefly talk about our paid resources because these actually cover future resources in their creation, as well as other training within the autism community. They've been put together based on the client work we do with autistic teens and adults, as well as their family members, to set goals and put together a person-centered profile and roadmap of their next steps when it comes to preparing for adulthood and navigating adulthood. So you can see our questionnaires that we've created and tailored for these particular groups, as well as the profile and roadmap itself. And then we also put together a resource guide that is completely customizable here. It's basically a directory of resources available to you locally in your community that you want to have just at the ready whenever you're looking for that resource, or you want to pass it along to somebody else who needs it. This is our ebook, Your Starter Guide to Adulthood. And then back up to the top here, I'm going to talk about our free resources. These are all available to download from Google Slides. We got a lot of great feedback from folks who originally these were PDFs, and so now we've shifted them to be all completely online and things that you can fill out online really easily and customized for your needs. So I'll go over that process in just a second. I want to go over what are the resources we have here. These are currently what's available. We're always adding resources as time goes by based on need, and I'll show you all how to submit an idea or a strategy or a guide that you need. So the first one we have here is social skills focus. This is 100+ social skills to be thinking about when growing up and navigating adulthood, and then how to support those along the way. Then we have creating a visual schedule to use at home. This is for adults on the spectrum, as well as for families who want to figure out what's the best visual schedule to create and customize for their child, and professionals can use this too. And then we have our housing checklist. This is a brief assessment about housing preferences, independent living preferences, and then we kind of walk you through what are the applicable housing options for you. And then we have our lifespan checklist, and we've kind of broken down growing up into specific stages of life, from childhood, adolescence, early childhood even, and identify some skill sets to focus on there and some ideas and strategies. And then, speaking of strategies, we have one focus on promoting independence. This is our guide and workbook on building independence through routines and other practices for specific skills that you want to work on, especially like self-care and hygiene, those types of things. And then this is our Autism Grown Up toolbox. This is kind of like our play-by-play kit here of the things that we think are so incredibly important when it comes to success in adulthood. And then we have our high-quality transition planning guide in high school. We found that a lot of parents and professionals don't have access to this educational information, so this is just an educational guide about transition planning, what it is essentially, and what are some major practices to have in your student's IEP when it comes to transition planning time. Because there is a time when that happens in high school. I'm going to click on this one just so I can show you all what the inside of a resource looks like. They all look pretty similar because they are on Google Slides. When you click into them, you'll see this exact look here. You'll see this main page which we'll go over in just a second, as well as the slides or the pages of the guide itself, brief instructional page, some workbook pages or checklist pages depending on the resource, and it's really easy to just go ahead and preview and then use it. So before you use it, you have to make sure, I have this on all of our pages, this page and our other resources may look different when you go ahead and access them within the resource library, because we're always shaping them based on feedback that we're getting from users like you. So we want you to make sure before you even start using this that you go to File and then make a copy. And then that way you will have it on either your local Google Drive device, which is a free app to have overall, which is linked to your Gmail account. And then once you do make that copy, then this is yours to go through and make your own. I'm going to go back to our library. We plan to make specific videos for these resources, so comment below which video you want us to make next from these resources here. And I'll show you within each guide individually how you can customize it and how you can go through and make it your own. And then one last section I want to show you before the end of this virtual tour is that you can submit a resource, and then you can also provide feedback on a resource that you've downloaded and used. Again, this will just help us with future resource creation and allow us with making sure that these resources are applicable, helpful, and always updated. So part of our mission as a nonprofit is that we have this resource center, specifically this resource library, for anyone and everyone within the autism community to be able to use, because this information isn't super widely available and oftentimes not very accessible and easy to use. Alright, that's it for our virtual library tour for you. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, share this video out with someone who you know who will need this information. This is information, as you know, for everyone within the autism community. I'm going to put the link to the resource library down below, and you can also go to autismgrownup.com/library, and you have immediate access to it. You know how to use it. So I will see you all there, and I will see you all in the next video.